Okay, guys, we're going to start this video which is titled "Some exercises are superior to others," with just a set of push-ups. So you get a bit of value. You get to see me do some push-ups. I have here some of these. This is not some kind of paper motion X-Tone plates. So they're great for push-ups because you don't get your hands dirty. You can alter the grip as well, so you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to drop them down. And I'm going to bash out a few reps just to give my chest some blood inside it, like I do quite frequently because I enjoy doing that. It gives me a bit of an energy release. I realise maybe I'm not a normal human being. I'm a bit addicted to working out, but hey ho, let's do it. One. I'm not really counting the reps, to be absolutely honest with you. I'm just feeling my way. So in this video, we're going to be talking about why it pays to choose some exercises more so than others, and the reasons for that are time saving, effort saving, and of course gains, because that's what we're here for. Gains, aesthetics, the way we look, the way we feel, and just overall health benefits. So we're gonna finish these push-ups up and I'll talk about it for you. Then I'll break down what I think are the best exercises to choose, and also what I'm going to talk about is finisher exercises we will use at the end of a workout. All right, so there we go, some push-ups. Could have probably done a couple more, but there you go. So compound lifts, for example, barbell back squats, bench presses, deadlifts. What else have we got there? Overhead presses. Sometimes they're called military presses, the overhead press. And pulling movements like, say, the T-bar rows or the bent over row, incline bench press, pull-ups, dips. These type of exercises will work multiple joints. So let's just start with the barbell back squat. So the barbell back squat is a lower body exercise focusing on the legs plus the whole lower body. So that's the glutes, which is your butt, your hamstrings, and really every single part of your leg. Now, instead of this exercise, you could then go and do a bunch of isolation exercises such as adductors, leg curls, prone leg curls, leg extensions. You see what I'm saying? You know, to get the same results that you would get from, say, 3 or 4 sets of barbell back squats, you would have to do maybe 8 to 10 sets of all the exercises I just mentioned, okay, to get the same results that you could get just from simply doing this one exercise, which is the barbell back squat. Similar with chest, right? So if we look at the bench press or the incline bench press, you can then go on to like the hammer strength machines or like the fixed path machines. Again, they're not really working all these areas in the same manner like a bench press is going to, or like a flat dumbbell press is going to. So this is where you're going to save yourself time by just basically, rather than kind of like structuring your workout around fluff like the isolation movements, prioritize the compound lift. So prioritize the squat, prioritize the bench press, prioritize the deadlift, prioritize the dips. Dips are sometimes referred to as the upper body squat because they're kind of like the upper body equivalent of the squat, so they really work the lower chest extremely well. So then we have like the T-bar row, again, or the bent over row. You know, these areas, they really add thickness to the back, and they also engage things like the biceps as well indirectly. Similarly with the bench press, you get a lot of value because not only are you working your pec, but you're also working parts of your delt, which is your shoulder, which is very, very important as well. And what you find by practicing these compound lifts like the squat, the bench press, the deadlift, the overhead press is, if you basically mix these around, your strength in one kind of helps you progress in the others as well, which is pretty good. And sometimes if you're just focusing on nothing but bench press and you're like, oh, I can't seem to like lift anymore in my bench. What's going on? If you then go and focus on your squats, you'd be surprised what happens. Because you got to understand the body is like a system. So like you have to work all. It doesn't make sense for your chest to become out of proportionally big when your legs are like at a certain level. You have to grow down below your like, lower body to actually progress the upper body. But yeah, back to what I'm saying. So these isolation movements, for example, let's name what they are. For example, leg extensions, lat pullovers, which is like a pullover done with a rope in a kind of like an arcing position, just to work your lats. They're not very taxing. So because you're already very fatigued from these compound lifts, in a bodybuilding scenario, we're typically going to put them at the end of the workout. So we'd finish up with maybe a couple of these. So we'd have so if I'm training my chest and my triceps, I'm going to obviously prioritize the bench press, the dumbbell press, and the dumbbell flies. And then I'm going to put in the isolation exercises such as like the cable flies, which are a lot easier, or the pec deck flies, which is a machine-based type of flies. And then I'm going to work the triceps in isolation by themselves, which again, they're not very taxing. So it's going to be like a tricep rope push down. So I'm not really doing a lot to tax myself in a rope push down. I'm just isolating my triceps because I know I've already trained my triceps when I've been doing that compound movement with the bench press. But I'm definitely not going to start my workout with them, other than maybe to warm up. And maybe they have some value as a warm up, maybe. But say you're short on time and you want results, the best thing to do is to always prioritize things like squats, bench presses, overhead presses, pull-ups, dips, deadlifts, these compound lifts, these major lifts, barbell back squat, because they are going to give you the best value for money. I find incline bench press to be pretty good for chest because it gives you most of our chest fiber is upper chest, so it gives you like a ton of growth really in the upper chest as well. So yeah, it is a fact. Some exercises are superior to others. And what you do with squats, I always feel very early into the session, all of my legs, literally all areas of my legs are warmed up. So if I go from cold to, first of all, warming up with the bar, which I would advise, and staying really well hydrated, taking some creatine as well. I always feel all of that lower section is just engaged so well, and I could see the value of it because I know after I've squatted, that I've really worked I've taken care of everything as far as legs concerned. So every other exercise in there, yeah, it has their place, but they're not going to be as good value. So what I would do is I would probably prioritize, because these are very taxing exercises, you can't train them crazy amount of volume every day. So I would have like say 3 sets of squats, 3 sets of bench press, etc. Like once a day or every other day. So the volume is under control, but the practice is there, and I'm getting the most out of my time. Okay.